Hello and good evening. Welcome to day 4. Good evening, everyone. You're welcome. This is the day 4 of our 7 days intensive music sight reading masterclass with me, your brother Malcolm. I want to welcome you once again to this life-changing 7 days masterclass. Without much ado, I want to us to do some revisions on what we did yesterday and also to do a recap. It is always very necessary to do some revisions, and if you are finding anything difficult, please do ensure to get to me or go through the videos. All the videos are online live, and I've made it possible for you to go through all the videos from day 1 in order for you not to miss any points. It is always very important that you follow up. I want to say that anyone that follows up this class duly from day 1 to the end would be proud of himself. You are going to be proud of yourself, and you'll be happy for yourself that at least you've added some value to yourself. So yesterday we discussed more about the verbs, that is the 3/4 time signature, and we went further to explain what a dotted note is, and after that I think we were able to build scales on key C, and also I gave you the technical names of notes. I want to digress more on this today, and I think after the technical names of note, we were able to look into the major scale. So today I won't take you much time on the revision. 3/4 time signature, just like we said the 3/4 time signature tells us that these 3 above we already know is the number of bits, and this is the type of bit. So that there are 3 color notes in a bar. So that was it, and we were able to establish that as well. Now we built a scale on C major, and I gave you guys the technical names of notes. For you to be able to realize the different key signatures, you have to know the technical names of notes. So I'll quickly bring you to that, because you know already that 3/4 is telling you that there are 3 bits in a bar. It must not be just like I said from the first day, you must not always have the quarter notes, but you have something that is equivalent, and that was what brought us to dotted notes. We said a dot placed before a note, after a note, a dot placed after a note adds half of the value. For instance, this is a dotted half note. Dotted half note. For in a bit where your quarter note is taking one count, a half note was supposed to take two counts, but because of the dots, it is going to be 3. That means 2 plus 1. Half of 2 is 1. It's going to give us 3. So when you see it in time signatures like that, know that this is 3 bits. So without much ado, let's quickly look at the technical names of notes again, so that I can give you some explanations there. So we said your first degree, which is your 1. So we have 7 notes, right? We have your 1, we have your 2, we have your 3, we have your 4, we have your 5, we have your 6, and your 7 diminished. So this is your major 1, minor 2, minor 3, major 4, major 5, perfect fifth, your 6, and your diminished 7th. I know those things I mentioned, we've not gotten to that level yet, but you have to know your chords as well. So this is called the tonic. So your 1, like let's say in a major chord, we are running the major scale, right? Major scale for now. So in a major chord, your 1 is your tonic. Your 2 is your supertonic. Your 3 is your medians. Your 4 is your subdominant. Your 6 names. Now it is very important when you need your key signatures, and when you want to realize your key signatures, it's very important. Your 5 is your dominant chord, and it is the nearest place you move to when you want to modulate, when you want to leave a home key. In the nearest place, the nearest neighbor to your tonic is your 5. The nearest neighbor to your tonic is your 5, which is your dominant. That is why it is called the dominant. You say, when he said you should go and dominate, like God told Abraham, go into the world and dominate. You are dominating here. So this is your 5. There are 3 primary chords in music. 3 primary chords. 1, 4, I think I've mentioned this before, and 5. Your chord 1, your chord 4, and 5 can be used to play any song in this world. As far as that thing is a song, if you know your chord 1, 4, and 5, you can use it to play any song at all. So, from your tonic, the nearest neighbor to your tonic is your dominant. And if you are looking for the next key, if this is your tonic, if you want to modulate, the place that you can easily modulate to without any problem is this, because they must share some familiar things, that these 5 and 1 are always, let me just say, closest neighbor, because they must always share something very similar. Okay, so let's go into this now. This is my 4, and 1, and this is my 5. My 5, let's take for instance that my 1 is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. This is the scale of C major, like we draw on the 5 to get the dominant of each of these notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. G becomes the dominant of C. So the easiest place I can move to from C is G. And that is why the key signature of G is 1 sharp. And 1 sharp because this is the first dominant from C. If you want to realize your key signatures now, just be counting 5 and you get all other key signatures. I don't want to write on the board. It would have been very easy for me. I want to believe you've written this down. It would have been very easy for me to write it on the board for you and say, okay, key signature, keys, sharp, flats. So I would say, okay, key G, 1 sharp, key D, 2 sharps. I think you expect something like that, but I don't want to teach you that way. I want to teach you in a way you will understand. And because we don't have much time in the class again, I want to lay down this principle today, then bring you into this. Now, how do I realize the 1? How do I get the 1 sharp? I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, my G is a 1 sharp. If I count 5 again from G, I'll get the next sharp. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D is the next sharp. If I want the next sharp again, the key that will have 3 sharp again, I'll also count 5 from D. Let's count 5 from D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means my key A has a 3 sharp. 3 sharps. Are you following? Now from A, I'll count the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, from A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My key E has a 4 sharps. From E now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My key B has 5 sharps. From B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we already have F, so this is going to be F sharp. F sharp has 6 sharps. Very, 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 very simple. From F sharp now, I can start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C sharp is going to have 7 sharps. So when we talk about key signature, let me just make it simple for you because of the nature of the class. I think maybe if we want to have another class, because we still have more 3 days, I wouldn't want to delay you too much. But I've just made you understand that you can just count this, your dominant. That is why I mentioned the dominant. That you can just count your dominant and get the sharps. 1, 2. Now that you have the first sharp on G, you start from G again and count 5, you get the second sharp. So anytime you see a piece of music, whether it has 3 sharp, and you can't really recall or remember, you start counting from C. The first dominant from C, which is G, has 1 sharp. The dominant of G will have 2 sharp. The dominant of D will have 3 sharp. The dominant of A will have, the dominant of C is G. It has 1 sharp. The dominant of G is D. It has 2 sharp. Sorry, 1 minute. Alright, sorry for the break in transmission. Alright, so the dominant of G, which is D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will give me 2 sharp. Now, when I'm on D, I already know I have 2 sharps again. I'm looking for another extra sharp to get the 3 sharp. I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth note is A. So my A is a 3 sharps. So I haven't done that. Which note is sharpened? That is what I would have really liked to digress into. But because of time, I don't know if I should digress into it. Please, if you are online, if you are seeing this video, if you are watching, should I go further into it? Just type it on the comment section so I can know if I should digress or I should just go because of time. We have just 3 days left and we need to do other things. Or should I digress more so that you will know the sharps, the notes that have been sharpened and the notes that are being flattened? Yes, is anybody there? Yeah, is anybody there, please? Should I digress more on the key signature? Okay, we are not talking. All right, let me digress more. So the key signature, let me give you quickly the key signatures. Now we have keys here, sharps, keys again, flats. Let me quickly give you this. Time 0, key C, sharp. So key C 0 sharp, C here 0 flat. So my G 1 sharp, my D 2 sharps, A 3 sharps, E 4 sharps, B 5 sharps, 3, 4, 5. F sharp is equal to 6 sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And my C sharp is equal to 7 sharps. So these are the sharps. Your G has 1 sharp, D, A, E, B, F sharp, and C. On your flat keys, we have your F is 1 flat, 1 flat. Your B flat is equal to 2 flats. Your E flat is equal to 3 flats. Your A flat is equal to 4 flats. And your D flat is equal to 5 flats. Are you seeing it? And your G flat equal to 6 flats. 3, 4, 5, 6. Then your C flat equal to 7 flats. So these are the flats and the sharps we have. Now before you know the flats and sharp, you have to know accidentals. Accidentals in music. Accidentals in music are these sharp signs or flat signs that are placed before a note. They are placed before a note, and it raises the note either by half step or lowers the note. So when you see a sharp, let's say F sharp, and F sharp raises this note by a half step. If you see, let's say B flat, the flat placed before a note lowers it by half step. So what does a sharp do? A sharp raises the note. What does a flat do? A flat lowers a note. Accidentals, they are this sharp and flats, and we have another one, the last one, which is called your natural. So let's say we had an F sharp, and still in that bar, because the effect of a flat remains in a bar, not when it is placed at the beginning of the piece of music. If, for instance, we have this is your key G, right? G has one sharp. If you see a piece of music that is like this, G has one sharp, right? So that is telling you that already we've known that this, where this sharp is placed, is on the F, which is on F, right? Which is the fifth line of the treble staff. Now this is telling you that all F's in this piece of music is going to be sharpened. This sharp now placed at the beginning of this piece of music affects all the F on the fifth line. And I don't want it to be an F sharp. What I will place here is F. I'm going to place a natural sign here. This natural sign removes the effect of this sharp placed at the beginning of the song. That is how you sight read. The accidental notes is very important, you know. Sometimes they are foreign notes when they don't affect the key of the song. I'll come to that later. Now, this is a natural sign. It has removed the effect of this sharp in this bar alone. If I have another note on F here in this very bar now, this natural will not affect the note in this bar. Someone asked me on the platform about bar and major, and I think I have responded. I was quite busy during the daytime, so I couldn't really respond. So yesterday I wrote something like bar. I think that was why you saw it. But bar and major are the same thing. Major and bar, they are just the same thing. Now, what I was writing there was your bar line. So this is your bar line, which divides your piece of music into equal portion. So this is called bar line. So your major and your bar are the same thing. So major and bar, you can call it major or what? Bar. They are the same thing. Is that okay? Alright. So this F here, which is your key G, anytime you see a note here, it's telling you that you are supposed to sharpen your F. Is that okay? Now, something is placed here. This is called the natural sign. What does the natural sign do? It removes the effect of your sharp or your flat from a note. That is the work of the natural sign. So this is your sharp sign, this is your flat sign, and this is your natural sign. So your natural sign removes the effect of a sharp or a flat from a note. So now, Here we have F sharp. F is sharpened. If it is placed at the beginning of that piece, know that it is going to be sharpened throughout the piece, throughout the song. So if it's placed here now, it means that all the F's are sharpened. Now in this very bar, I don't want an F sharp. I want an F natural. So what will I do? I'll place the natural sign, telling you that you are not, if you are playing, you are not supposed to play your F sharp. Instead, you play the natural F, which is on the key, on the white key, for those that play the keyboard. So it has removed the effect, but it does not affect this other bar. Look at it, ends here. Anything F that you see removes, ends here. It ends here. It does not affect the bar that precedes it. A bar that comes after that one, it doesn't affect it. The effect of your natural sign remains in this bar. And you can even remove it in this bar. Let's say, for instance, we want another F. How do we remove it? Now, since this is F sharp, and we have another F here, and we don't want it to be a natural F, but an F sharp, we are going to place the sharp here again. So that is how to sight read. Now we know now that we have our F sharp. Yeah. So when you see your G, key G, know that the note that is sharpened is your what? F. That is what I want you to really understand. Know that the note that is sharpened is your F. Now when you see a G here, where is my tonic supposed to be? My tonic is supposed to be here. Because that is my G. That is my G line, right? We named the lines and spaces, right? And we said that our second line of the treble staff is G. So when you see a song that is in key G, that means your tonic, your do. Someone asked the difference between the letters and the alphabet. They are the same thing. But this is what I used to say. For those that plays the instrument, it is always better you first of all read on the alphabet before you sing your solfa. Singing the solfa would really limit you a bit. Like playing with solfa will limit you. It is only those that are singing that needs to really be used to the solfa. But as an instrumentalist, you need the both. You need the both. But when you are playing, please use your alphabet. Why did I say use your alphabet? So that when you see a G in key G, you know that that note is G. Now, if you see an A, yeah, you know that it's what? A. So the G, this is your tonic. Don't forget I mentioned tonic here. Tonic is your chord 1, your first chord. Your chord 2, which is a minor chord in a major scale. Your chord 2 is a minor chord. Is your what? A. Your chord 3. So this is your do, re, mi. Can you see it now? Do, re, mi. So let's make this a half note. Do, re, mi. This is what I've just sang, which is your G, A, and then B. So in the key of G, your G is your do, your A is your re, and your B is your mi. Now we have here another note. Why didn't I place sharp here? Because already there is a sharp here. So know that what you are supposed to have here is G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and then G. So the scale of G is G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, F sharp, G. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and then G. And I want to give you another shortcut, but shortcut is not always good. The last notes to your before your that is your leading notes would always be sharpened. If you want to add an extra sharp, your leading note will always be sharpened. If you look at the next sharp that we have, the next sharp that we have here is your D. So if you want to run scale on D, if you run it, we have already established that our first sharp is F. So that means in the next sharp, F is always sharpened. In the next sharp, we always have the F sharp. So we want to sing do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Your T here is an F sharp. Right? Now, the next sharp will always be sharpened. So if I am looking at this key, at these keys now, there is a shortcut. What is the next sharp? What is the next note before D? It's going to give me this sharp. I'm giving you this shortcut. I discovered it myself. I did not read it anywhere. I discovered it by myself, and I know it works. This is my G, right? G has an F sharp. Why? Look at F is the note before G, right? Now, in the key of D, we have two sharps here. What is that note that comes before D? Look at the board. What is that note that comes before D? The note that comes before D is your C. So C is the next note that is sharpened on the key of D. So in key D, you have two sharps, which is your C sharp and your F sharp. Look at A again. A has three sharps, right? A has three sharps here, and we've seen it. I believe you've seen the three sharps. That A has three sharps. Now, which note comes before A in your alphabet? In our counting, the note that comes before A, I don't know if you are seeing this. Let me check if you're seeing it, because I'm not really seeing the screen. Okay, you can see it. So let me bring it here. So, this is, in the key of A, which note comes before A? We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? The next note is supposed to be A. Like that it will go. So the note that comes before A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Now, the note that comes before A is your what? G. That means the note that is sharpened, the next note that is sharpened in the key of A is what? G. So I'll just add G sharp. Where is G? I'll add this sharp to G. And I have my three sharps. This is E, right? Yeah, E. Which note comes before E? The note that comes before E is going to be my next sharp. So if I have four sharps here, we've already established three sharps. So you should always know that, okay, I have this. Sorry, the first sharp is my F. F will always be sharpened in all the sharp keys. Now the next sharp is my C. C would always be sharpened. The next sharp is my G. G would always be sharpened. The next sharp is your key A, which is G sharp. Now you can see, okay, which note again? This is E, right? So which note is gonna note is gonna be sharpened in key E to add with these other three? It's my D. Are you seeing it? The note before that one, B now, is the next sharp that has four sharpened. You seen it? So magical, right? I discovered it myself. Nobody taught me this one. I discovered this myself, and it's very simple. You can realize this yourself. If you know this, you know music yourself. If you know this, you are music yourself. So let me summarize this again before I go to something new. Now we have on the board already listed. I was not supposed to list this for you, but I decided to list it because of time. So now C, 0 sharp, 0 flat. You can see that one sharp, the key that has one sharp is your The key that has one sharp is your what? Key G. Because we said G, C, D, E, F, G. Because we said G is the dominant of G is the dominant of C. So C has G is the dominant of C. So G is one sharp. When you're looking for a sharp key, you look for your dominant. Once you get your dominant, that dominant is the one that will add for the sharp. When you're looking for a flat key, you look for your subdominant. We are coming to flat keys. We are coming to this one. Let me explain this again before we go to that one. Now, so here now, G has one sharp. How did I ask you to realize this? The note that is sharpened would always be the note that comes before your G. So which note comes before G? F. So F is going to be sharpened. Now, the next one is D. Why? D is the dominant of G. So if you count 5 now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you see it falls on D. So which note should be sharpened? The next note that should be sharpened is your C sharp. The next note here, that is we are on D, right? The next key that has 3 sharps should be A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which note should be sharpened? The note that comes before A should be sharpened. Is the note that you're going to sharpen when you are running the scale. Don't forget your tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. That was what I taught you. That is a whole note. 2 cants, half cant, one that's half cant, 1 cant, just 1 step. This one 2 step, 2 step, 1 step, 2 step, 1 step from the notes. Now we are already on A, right? We've gotten the note that is sharpened on A. So when you are playing your 1 da 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 da, you get that. Now you look for the dominant of A as well, which is your E. Which note should be sharpened to give you 4 sharps? E has 4 sharps. The note that is sharpened is your D. Now I'm looking for the next note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My B. So which note is sharpened? My A. So that B has 5 sharps. We have your F sharp, your C sharp, your G sharp, your D sharp, and your A sharp. The next note you can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. F sharp. So F sharp now, which note should be sharpened in F sharp? You have your E sharp. Ask me any question. I know I have written E sharp here, and you know that on the keyboard we don't have an E sharp. So ask me if you have any question. Now we are on F sharp. Now we can't also 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next key that should have 7 sharp is your C sharp. So which note should be sharpened? Your B flat, your B sharp. So here we have the 7 sharps. Hope that is okay. Good to have you. I'm so happy having you here. And I want to believe you are understanding. I'm not rushing. It looks as if I'm rushing actually, but I'm not really rushing. Okay, so let's come to the flat keys. How do you realize your flat keys? It's very... So I said we have 3 primary chords. Your chord 1, 4, and 5. So when you're looking for your sharp keys, you look for your dominant, which is your 5. When you are looking for flat keys, to realize which note is flattened, you look for your subdominant. Is that okay? So this is the scale of G. Now, let's go to the scale that has 1 flat. And I'll also show you this. The scale that has 1 flat is your F, right? 1 flat is F, and the note that is flattened is your B. Can't fall from C. You get B, right? C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, right? So this is C. I want to count 4, which is my fourth chord, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So I have one flat, right? I have one flat. And which note is flattened? When you go to F now, if you count your tonic, if you count from that F, if you count your tone, tone, semitone, so between your F and G is a tone, G and A and B is not a semitone. So what do? You flatten your B. So the note that is flattened in the F is your what? B flat. And if you look at my flat here, my flat is on B, right? Am I correct? My flat is on B. I expect you to understand these things by now. You should know the lines and spaces. That is why we dwell more on the lines and spaces on the first day. If you don't know your lines and spaces now, go back to our first video and the second video and the third video. I advise you to always go back to them. If you really want to understand this thing, with this 7 days class would not take you anything. Just go through it, go through this 7 days class, and trust me, you'll be sight reading. You play your instrument. The only thing you need is guidelines. And on the day 7, I'll also guide you on how to go after this class. How to go after this class. So I'll guide you. Alright, so the note that is flattened is your B. That is why you're seeing us having a B here. So how do I realize my flat keys now? If I want to get my flat key, B is flattened here, right? So any note that is flattened, my last flat would be my next flat key that will have 2 flats. If I have one flat here and B is already flattened, that means the next flat I'm going to have that will have 2 flats is B. Look at it on the board. So the key of B has a 2 flats. Now it is left for you now to locate which note is flattened. Just count another 4 and you get the note that is flattened. So B, 1, 2, 3, my E is flattened. So in the key of B, I have B flat and E flat. These are the 2 flats we have there. So this is my last flat line, right? So this E now is going to be my next flat that will have 3 flats. Look at it already now. This is E flat. You can see here, I have E flat already. When I have my E flat already, I'll start my counting from here and look for the next 4. Count 4 from here, I have A. So that means A is going to be flattened. So I have already here. I have 3 flats already on the board. Can you see it? Already 3 flats. This is the key of E flat. So if I want to get E flat now, I know that that key now is already an A, right? A is the next key that will have 4 flats. The last one, look at this was B. The one that will have 2 flats here from 1 will be B flat, right? This is E. The one that will have 3 flats will be what? E flat. Now we are already on A. A is the last flat here. So I'll look for the next 4. I'll just count 4 and flatten the 4th note. From A, 1, 2, 3, 4. So my D. D is the note that is flattened in A. So in A, in the key of A flat, you have B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. D flat now becomes the key that has 5 flats. So B flat, from B flat now, I'll now count 4 again and add my flats somewhere here. Is that place okay? Okay, that place is not really okay. So I'll add my flats here. So I have my flat on G. So G flat will be the next flat that will have, we already have 4 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. G flat will be the next flat that will have 6 flats. So G flat would have 6 flats. And which note is flattened in G flat? Your C flat, right? So I'm going to add a flat to here. Are you seeing it? So which note again will I, where again will I have a flat? The 7th flat. I'll just count from C. C is already flattened, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I now have my F flat. I'll add it up here. Or I can bring it here. So you can see that all the notes are flattened. If I rush to nice class, I'm sorry. I want to say I am really sorry. But I want you to understand the time signature. Time signature is vast. Understanding it is very important because that is where you're going to really have problem. Why am I saying understanding the time signature is very important? Some persons will give you this alone and let you go. But I've been able to analyze and show you how you achieve this. And if you know this yourself, the truth is you can sight read. Alright, so let's use the next few minutes to do some exercise. Now I am done with time signature. I'm done with time signature. Now if you see one sharp, that means you have this. One sharp here, that means you're on key C. So your C becomes, sorry, you're on key G. Pardon me, please. You're on key G. So your G becomes your Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. Now I can build my triad here. I want to build triad because I want you to understand certain things, how to sight read. Basically, this class is for us to sight read, right? Okay. Look at this. This is Do, and this is Mi and So. Look at, if my Do is on the second line, right? My Mi would be on the next line because there's a note. That note in between here is going to be my Re, which is this one. So this is Do, Mi, So. Then after that line 4 notes, and it will give you the high Do, which is the high G. Do. So we have here Do, Mi, So, Do. Very simple. If it is on this line now, that means the next line will be Mi. Just, okay, for now, let's go with triad. For you to be able to sight read, let's go with triad. What is known as triad? Triads are called 3 notes. With the root, the third, a major third, and a minor fifth. Are you hearing me? From Do to Mi is a major third. From Mi to So is a minor fifth. From Do to So, So, but we'll come to that later. Now, Do, Mi, So, look at it. This is my G. My G is on the line. So my Do, since my G is on the line, G has one sharp, right? My Do is on the first line. That means my Mi, because there's a note and the space here, that will be Re. My Mi is on the next line. My So, between So and Mi is always there. Fa. Let me remove these things now. This is Do. That means we have Re here. Because you can't everything sequentially in music. So Do, Mi, So. If you know Do, Mi, So easily, you will know other notes. Do, Mi, So. Then, the next line will be T. And that will be your 7th chord. But let's not go into 7th chord now. Let's achieve this for today. So Do, Mi, So. So now with what I have given you, if we are on the key of F and this is your Do, it means that your do is in the first space. So if do is in the first space, the next space should be what? Me. The next space should be what? So. Very simple. So if this is F, if this is the key of F, let me close this here so that I'll bring F here so that you know that it's F. We are already on the treble clef. Here, this time signature. Why did I bring F here? Why did I bring a B flat? This time signature is already telling me we are on G. Now there is another time signature here that is already telling me I'm on F. Now I can also add another song here and then bring it on, let's say, on A. And I'll add 3 sharps, A, C, and G. A, C, G is the sharp notes that are sharpened on the key of A. So now you can see, that means here I have my Mi is sharpened there. So I have my C sharp, right? But on the staff, you have, because it's sharpened here already, you will not see it on the close to the note. So you have Do, Mi, So as well. What do I want you to understand now? I want you to understand for today how to get your Do, Mi, So. Your Do, Mi, So is just 3 steps. So you can 1, 2, 3. You know that this is Do. The note in this space will be Re. This is Mi. The note in this space will be Fa. So the 2 notes that you leave for now is your Re and Fa. So let's say you see a piece of music in the key of G. You see a piece of music. Yeah, let's quickly sight read this. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, Mi, So, Mi, Do. Let's go again. 1, 2, ready, go. Do. The next line, which is Mi, 1, 2, So, Mi, Do. Nice, right? So we have here my Do, Mi, So, Mi, Do. That is just what I taught you now. So let's go again. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, Mi, So, Mi, Do. Someone asked on the platform the difference between your ABCD and your Do, Re, Mi, So. They are the same thing. And I want to thank God, someone responded. They are the same thing. So when you sing your solfa notation, staff notation is the one you use your ABCD. Let me say that. So when you want to sing it out, like in a choir, you sing your solfa notation. You sing it Do, Mi, So. So you don't sing ABCD. When you are training someone, actually, you need to. If I want to train you on any musical instrument now, I'll train you with the alphabet. I will not train you with the solfa notation. But for singing, you need to know this. And even if you know the alphabet too, you need to know that, okay, this is the sound of my Do, because this is my first, we said your tonic is your Do, right? Your Re, which is your supertonic, your medians is your Mi, your subdominant is Fa, So is your dominant, La is your submediant, and T is your leading notes. So now we can sight read, right? I'm going to give us an assignment tonight on sight reading. And you're going to sight read, Oh God, our help in ages past, for me. You drop it as an assignment, Oh God, our help in ages past. You sight read it, just write out the solfa notation and the alphabet of the treble parts. Write out the solfa notation and the alphabet Your assignment, oh God, help in ages past. Now you're going to write out the alphabets of the first part, and also the sulfur notation. So you are writing the sulfur notation for me. First, how do you get the oh God? That song is in key C because it does not have a sharp, it does not have a flat. Though in your playing, you see a foreign note. You are going to see a foreign note, which is going to be a sharp on F. So you're going to see a sharp here. This note will be sharpened. And this sharp, so mi la sol la di do sol la fi sol. This fi sol. Now there is what is called modulation. This fi sol is like ti do. You are modulating to the dominant. This fi sol is now your ti do. You can see that there we have what is called cadence. You are moving from C to the dominant of C. In that piece of music, you've moved actually, but you will not know. You've moved. There is a short modulation there. That is how you have a fi and sol. Ti do la re ti sol la do re ti do. That is what I've even written. I've even done the assignment myself. I'm sorry. All right. But it's important, just write out the alphabets for me. Write out the alphabets for me. Then write out the sulfur. Let me give you an assignment now. I'm going to write out the sulfur. Since we've dwelled much on the treble clef, write out the sulfur for the soprano and the alto part for me. And I think this is where we're going to end today. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Don't forget that. Go. Do, mi, so, mi, do. So you can count the beats yourself. Watch it over again and do it. This is where we are going to end our class today. I think it's 1 hour already, and I wouldn't want to take you more than an hour. And I believe you've added some values to yourself as well. Each day you learn new things, you are adding new values to yourself. So ensure you learn every day. Ensure you learn every day. And go through these things we are learning on daily basis, and you will see yourself improving. Just ensure you learn every day. It is always nice you learn every day. Yeah, you're welcome, my beloved. I really appreciate. I want to thank you all for staying back, and I also want to believe that you've added some values to yourself today too. Let's also meet here again tomorrow to continue our class. And I believe in the next 3 days, we will also work more on how to sight read, so you can do this sight reading yourself. If you are interested in playing an instrument and you want me to send you some guides, I'll also do that. So if you want to play an instrument, please help. Let me know those that really want to play an instrument, and if there is any area you want me to also focus on during the class, please let me know. Send your focus, send your observations. I told us yesterday, I am here to learn. I am learning. This thing I'm doing is part of learning. So all I expect of you someone asked on this platform here. I'm just seeing here. Yeah, it affects singing and playing are the same thing. Singing and playing, they are just the same thing. So the effect affects everywhere. It affects you both on the instrument, and it affects both the instrument and the voice when you are singing. So playing and singing is the same thing. Please, if you have any question, I think it will be better I answer here too. So when you play, it's just the same thing as singing. Have you listened to a pianist playing and the pianist is accompanying you? You see that he plays almost likely what you are singing. So the process is the same. So the sharps and the flats affects you both when you are singing. You have to apply it, and when you are playing as well. So like I said before, if you are interested in any instrument and you want me to help you or guide you, send me a direct DM. That is just I can guide you and send you some materials that you can start with. So I want to say with this, I want to say good night, and I want to wish you well. Having seen that you have tried your best and that you have stayed till now, I want to say God bless you. I'll see you again. I'll see you again tomorrow by 8 p.m. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.